Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings.
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
What is going on? Honey, thank you for your donation. We got RR. Gabby, thank you for your donation. R, thank you for your donation. Everybody, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right, we got Andrew, DC, Gabby, Kate, RR, Serena, Tina. You got Zimmy. Welcome to the stream. What's going on? It's Saturday night. We're feeling all right. Week is half over. The weekend's already half over, my friends. It's already half over. Where did it go? What happened to it? Gabby, let me know. Let's see. Your question is, what is coming for me in love? Thank you for your time. You're quite welcome. Okay. Let's see what Gabby has to say for love. Gabby, what do the cards have to say for love for you? What is coming for me in love? Now, we do have the Somnia Tarot. I mean, I'm just saying. We have the Somnia Tarot. Very exciting. So we actually did do a 4K flip through of that coming tomorrow morning. So, you know, understandably, we are ready for it to be used tonight. So we're going to use this for Gabby. Hope you like the Somnia Tarot. Let's check it out. Let's see what kind of things you have on the plate for you in love. See if you can get a delicious meal of love as far as that goes. I think that could be quite possible indeed. What do we got going on here? We got a 8 of Swords. Interesting. Empress reverse, Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, it does feel like that love has some fiery energy coming up. That's definitely for sure here. Let's see if we get the fire. We get the fire. We got some fiery energy for love coming up, and that is going to be pretty interesting indeed. I think that one of the, oh, it is Sunday. Oops, it is Sunday. It is Sunday because I missed Saturday. All right, let me fix it. Let me fix it. Sunday. I mean, I'm just saying it's Saturday somewhere in the world. Okay, I fixed it. It's now Sunday. You know, it's one of those weekends. Anyway, okay, what is coming for you in love? Okay, so you got the fiery energy at the end, the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands. It does feel like that opportunities do clean up. There's a lot of cleaning up to do as far as love goes for you, right? It feels like a lot of cleaning up for you to do, or a lot of things that need to be picked up off the ground and pulled up, or a lot of planting that needs to be done. Basically stuff that needs to happen in the background. It feels like there's a lot of things going on. Ace of Wands points to new opportunities, points to things that could be coming up, things that do have some possibilities for that. The Empress reverse feels like that in love, we've had our challenges, right? Digital, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. I mean, it's sort of like the Empress reverse means I'm not exactly the best comfort-wise. I'm not exactly having the experiences that I want to have. Some of the stuff that I'm running into is not some of the stuff that I'm interested in experiencing. So you do have sort of this mixture, right? This mixture of good, bad, but mostly sort of things have dried up, or it feels like that there's something happening in the background that needs to be taken care of. Overall, the 8 of Swords is, as far as love is, we're sort of pulled back. We're not able to reach out and get some of the stuff that we really need to get. There are some some factors sort of prohibiting us from doing that. We are sort of pulled back a little bit for that. Anyway, so that is the Somnia Tarot. So we actually did pick up the Somnia Tarot and get a 4K flip through, because it's been a while. I mean, it's been a while since we have seen that, since we have used that. So anyway, all right, the current feelings of the X for me, RR. What do we want to do with the X? What is going on with the X? Let's go out with the Tarot Tower and see what kind of things we can get going on. I think that we're going to use tonight one of the rarely used things, or one of the lesser used decks. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, Sunday, Saturday, Monday, they all blend in together. So, you know, you got to sort of factor in that. Emma, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. What can we do with an X? How do we need to treat the X? How are we going to handle the X kind of thing as far as that goes? Strength, Knight of Wands, and the High Priestess. It does feel like that the X is doing their own thing. I mean, you wonder how they feel, or what kind of things are they reaching out, or what kind of possibilities do we have? It feels like they're doing their own thing, right? They picked up what they have. They've run off with it. They're doing kind of their own thing at this point. They're not really just sort of super focused on previous relationships. They're not sort of, you know, hyper focused on getting back with some other things. It feels like they're just sort of doing their own thing as it goes. All right. But yeah, Strength says be patient with this. If this is something that you apparently need to mute the phone. If this is something that needs to happen, this is something that you want to happen, you definitely want to ease up with that, have some patience with it, and sort of see where it develops or how it grows into what it needs to be. Knight of Wands says there are some possibilities for it to get moving. Absolutely. It does feel like this is something that can get moving, that needs to get moving eventually. And it does, you know, sort of feel like this is an effort that needs to get done as far as getting back with this particular person. High Priestess says they have changed. They have a lot of things different than what they used to do. But basically it feels like they've gone and done things on their own. They're not really super focused on previous relationships, previous things right now, but in the future that could be something that's open and possible, you know, quite frankly. So I do think that's something that we can do later, but right now it feels like maybe something's not so much. Marby, thank you for joining with the stream. How you doing tonight? Good to see you. All right, honey, where to invest my energy? According to my spirits, where do I invest my energy? What am I going to do? Where's my energy going to be? Is it going to be spread out all over the place? Or should I super hyper focus on one particular thing? That is something that does happen, right? Because we do have a lot of things that we could do. How are you going to spend your time? What are you going to be doing? What is the best case scenario for that? It does feel like that new adventures is going to be kind of your thing. You definitely don't really want to be just super focused on things that have already existed, things that are already played out. You want to have some open dialogue, right? You want to have some open dialogue for something new. Ace of Wands. Let's get some new experiences. Let's get out there. Let's get it done. Let's open the doors, some new doors that we haven't walked through yet. Something that could be possible, something that could be exciting for us to do, right? Ace of Wands says, getting into the new experiences is going to be key for us. This is absolutely going to be something that you want to engage in. Five of Pentacles says investment. Too much investment is dangerous here, right? It feels like there's a lot of times we just invest a little too much into one particular thing, or we put too much energy into like one thing, and then all of a sudden we just don't have what we need to dedicate to other things. So definitely watch how you want to spend that energy and don't waste it, right? Because I think there is a big possibility to just be wasting energy, spending things and just doing things that aren't beneficial to us in the long run. Make sure that you're sort of focused on what needs to be focused on rather than what feels good in the moment, right? A little planning goes a long way with that. Digital Hell wants to know the X's feelings. Is there anybody else that would like the X's feelings? Does X still have feelings for me? Is there a chance for us to work things out? Then we got, will I find love soon? Any unfinished business from childhood? We got a lot of love in the room. A lot of love in the room. We got to, you know, we got to get more love out there. Get more love, get more focused on it. I think that's going to be a big thing. As far as love goes, I love me some Light Seers Tarot, right? Some Light Seers Tarot is going to be the big focus here because that's going to be a good one. Digital Hell. My ex still have feelings. Do we have something going on? Is this going to be something that is possible to get down with and get an adventure in? You know, Digital. It feels like that there's an adventure at stake here. It feels like that if we are going to get back with this particular person, it is going to be quite an adventure. This is not going to be something boring, dull, not going to be something you're going to forget the next day. It feels like this is going to be a little bit adventurous. Maybe to a factor that you don't want to engage in, or maybe to be a little bit pulled back from what you normally would like to have experienced with this person. The Page of Cups kind of does give a hint to that. The X still has something there, but it's not super focused, right? It's not just super focused with. The Page of Cups, sort of a beginning or a newbie at sort of the connection. A lot of feelings are there. We still have things floating around, but it's not, again, hyper-focused on one particular aspect or hyper-focused on you as far as that goes. North Star Tarot, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Six of Pentacles, you got the Wheel. Now, this does have some great possibility of working things out. If you're looking for a thumbs up, I think we got a thumbs up in this read. I like it. The Wheel kind of gives this hint of things that could be. The Wheel kind of says the Wheel of Fortune, what comes around goes around. We have another chance, right? We have another opportunity. The Six of Pentacles is giving it time. I think that that's going to be one of the key factors here. But one of the big things, one of the big moving parts about this relationship is when can we connect? And after we connect, what is going to be focused on, or where are we going to be focused on it? Because it feels like trying to pick up where we left off doesn't really work. And that's kind of hinted for the Ace of Wands. Maybe we need to pick up sort of a new aspect. Maybe we need to start over. Maybe we need to have sort of a new beginning, or at least a refreshed beginning that's going to be in here. Because I think if we try to pick up and run with it from what we had before, it's not really going to work out that well. RR, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But I do think it is going to work out. I do think you are going to get back together. Wheel of Fortune says returning to normal, getting things back into a normal state. Six of Pentacles, the giving aspect, where both parties are interested in the other party being happy rather than being so self-centered or worried about how we're going to deal with things. And again, Ace of Wands, coming at it refreshed, come at it from a new perspective. And I think that that will really sort of key off a good part of that. But I do think right now it could be a little bit while before we could do that, but I definitely think after some time we have a lot of possibilities to get that done. Who do you have unfinished business from my childhood? Ooh, I wonder what we're going to do with that one. I think we need a good descriptive deck for this. This is one of the ones where I think we need this one right here, which is, by the way, the Wonderland Tarot. If you're going to get a good descriptor like this, right? Unfinished business from childhood, almost like we got some karma that needs to be fixed. Or maybe we have some people that we knew from a long time ago that we need to re-engage with or readdress the situation or get a refresher on the connection or something like that. I think that could be it indeed. You got the Temperance. Maybe there's not a lot. Maybe there's actually not a lot, Emma, of unfinished business. Maybe you're in a situation where you don't really have to concern yourself that much with it, or you don't have to focus on that much. You got Temperance and Justice, almost two balancing cards as well. It's almost like that things from childhood wasn't that, I mean, they were challenging at some points, but they weren't that drastically bad, or they weren't that, big of a deal. And then you got the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. There's one particular person that you had a problem with in childhood. It's almost like one particular person. This could be a family member. This could be a friend. But it feels like one energy or one piece of energy that had a lot of problems, that had a lot of unfinished business indeed, that needs to be worked up and needs to be readdressed. Josie, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. But you definitely need some kind of address for this particular person. It's like one person stands out in your mind, right? They do need something. They do need some things happening. They do need some connection. So unfinished business, what is that, right? It feels like that unfinished business means that there are some things that started but never really ended, or some things that started but never really progressed into the level that you wanted it to progress with. But yeah, you do have a sort of a balanced childhood. It seems like there's not a lot to do, but there's one particular person, either family or an old friend from school, the Five of Cups. Maybe we had some disagreements with, or maybe we had a relationship with it. We're sort of, never really went anywhere. It kind of stalled out or something like that. But the Knight of Pentacles says, I think that's something that you can address. I think that you'll bump into them later. And when you bump into them, now you sort of have that feeling of, okay, here's where I need to be. This is what I need to address. This is how I need to do it. So the unfinished business could be that indeed. But I do think you do have a little, but not like a lot. I mean, you don't like have just this big metric ton or anything like that. Arthur, welcome to the stream. What is going on? All right, we got Renee. Will I find love soon? Get some love out there. Be able to say,
I love you.
To whoever that we want to say it to. I mean, what deck haven't we used in a bit? We haven't used this one. Let's use this one. The Golden Wheel. The Golden Wheel indeed. Josie wants the Waterfall Tarot. All right. Get some Waterfall. Josie loves that Waterfall Tarot. That Waterfall Tarot does Josie good. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Renee, will I find some love? Will I get some hugs? Will I be able to hold somebody when it's cold? Because that's snuggling weather right there. When it's cold, that's snuggling weather. When it's 100 degrees, not so much, right? You're all sweaty, you feel gross, you feel like you need to take another shower. No. That's not. It's when it's cold outside, and it is getting cold. That is when you really want somebody to love. I'm just saying now. That's where you got to be focused, right? You got to be hyper focused. Everybody wants this June love or springtime love. Screw that. I want some winter loving. Okay. Will I find some love soon? 6 of Wands says yes. 4 of Wands says yes. Knight of Wands says yes. Queen of Swords says yes. Yeah, a lot of yeses here. Okay, we're going with a thumbs up, then we'll break it down a little more. Thumbs up, the preliminary thumbs up. We're going to give a bunch of thumbs up for that. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see what we got here. 6 of Wands, the Lord of Victory. You're looking for a yes or no question, right? Yes or no, pretty simple. Lord of Victory says, yeah. We're going to do this. We're going to get this done. 6 of Wands is sort of parading around, having people cheer for you, have people that are on your side, people that have wanted to see you in love. Find somebody that's going to be special. Find somebody that's going to be great and is going to be able to make you happy. I think that's big. The key point, though, the real win, the home run hitter is the 4 of Wands. Because that is the home. That's a new home, happy family, the beginning of something that's going to be stable, a sort of a very rock solid, stable relationship, something that we can look forward to, something that we can come home to. 4 of Wands is something that's going to be special. It's going to be something that you do want to embrace and get excited about. And it's sort of the other thing, right? We got a lot of wands here. What does that point to? It points to fire. It points to fire. It points to action, that things pick up. Right. And that's kind of what you want to see. What you're finding love. You want to see things pick up, things speed up, things be available for you, things move forward and be progressing the way that you want them to be. Philippe, what's going on? Good to see you. I'm just saying. Nikona, what is going on? But yeah, the 4 of Wands. You got a new home, new family. Knight of Wands. Again, a lot of wands, things picking up, things speeding up, a little more action, a little more adventure than you want. And I think that's going to be exciting, especially with the Queen of Swords. It does say kind of watch out what you get into, because you could get into sort of a tricky relationship that needs a lot of juggling or a lot of management. You want to be kind of careful with those, right? Neve, what is going on? Good to see you. But absolutely, I mean, just overall read feels that if we're careful, we got a lot of great potential, a lot of things. And the best part is things picking up, things speeding up, because that's where you want to really focus your energy, right? You don't want to sort of focus your energy on things slowing down or things being clogged or anything like that. That's just one of these where you just want to be hyper-focused on the energy as it goes. Barty, welcome to the stream. Kozaya, what is going on? Good to see you. All right. Well, the ex in the near future want me back. RR wants to know if we can get a little X action in the near future. See if we can get some more X stuff. A lot of X readings tonight. A lot of people missing their X. You know, you're home, you're watching the football game. You're like, man, I could use an X. I could use an X right now. I'm just thinking like that. So sometimes the X goes good. Sometimes it's sort of challenging. We need to find out the real truth over here. We're going to use the Waterfall Tarot to get down and dirty with the X. Well, maybe not like that. We use this might hurt tarot for the down and dirty with the X. See if the X is going to love us, if they're going to like us, if they're going to enjoy our company once more, because we miss them. We miss them. We're standing there, we're standing there watching the football game. And we're like, man, Cowboys are up by a few points. And what happened to the X? What happened to that X? Because I just don't know. 8 of Wands. Oh, it says we do have a possibility for movement. Good first card. A fantastic first card. We have a lot of possibility for movement. We have things sort of progressing, things moving in the 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and the Tower. Now, this does point us in interesting directions. The first one is maybe we can get back with the X for a little fling. Maybe we can get back for something short term or temporary or something that's going to be fun and exciting and, sort of get us where we need to be and be one of those exciting adventures that we kind of like, right? But the 8 of Wands does point us to a possibility of getting back with an X, absolutely. 3 of Pentacles is kind of the key here. It does say if we want this to work out, if we need this to be something to work, we're going to have to do the work. We're going to have to do some work, do some effort, get some focus in there, right? Get some focus in there. And that's going to be one of the big factors here. How much work are you willing to do to get back with an Aries? Maybe the Aries have been challenging in the first place. Maybe there's some problems that were just really sort of irreconcilable differences. But sometimes it's difficult. 3 of Pentacles says we do need to do some effort to get back in. 6 of Pentacles says you are going to have to give up some stuff too. Right? You can't just have everything that we have today and an X. It does feel like we do need to sort of do something, sort of a little bit of sacrifice or a little bit of change because we have to adjust to somebody else's life here. It feels like we're going to have to adjust more to them than them to us if we want them back. The Aries does feel like they do have more of a command, more of a power as it goes with that. And the 6 of Pentacles is a good focus here. It's just how much are you willing to give? If you're willing to give a little bit, then we could have them back indeed. The Tower says don't expect miracles here. This is something that needs to be rebuilt. The Tower, the whole thing has crumbled down. It has fallen. Neve, there's not really any cue. We got Josie, and then we're done. We got Josie, and then we're done. So, yeah, pretty easy cue tonight. But, yeah, the Tower says things need to be built from scratch. We had the foundation. That's fine. We had foundation, not a problem at all. We had a nice foundation, but it did crumble. It did fall. How much effort are we willing to put into rebuilding it? Keziah and Samantha, welcome to the stream, and thank you for your donation. The Tower says it has to be rebuilt from scratch. There's a lot of things that need to be put back into place. And if we can do that, sure, we can have a pretty good X right here. If we can't, then we may have a crumbling tower once more and another challenge as it goes through there. But I think that the X will want you back, but it looks a little bit temporary, and you got to kind of question how much work am I willing to do and how much sacrifice am I willing to give. But it does look like that we have a distinct possibility with that. All right, now Josie, one of the Waterfall Tarot. Josie will get the Waterfall Tarot indeed. All right, will I complete my cottage clean out? Leona, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right, will I do the clean out of the cottage? We're going to the Tower. We're getting the Waterfall Tarot. If you don't know what this is my tarot deck. I hope you like it because I made it. I made this tarot deck. It was my first tarot deck, and it may be my last tarot deck. I have no idea. There's a lot of tarot decks that I want to make, but there's only so much time in the week, only so much time that I have to do everything. I need to retire. If I retire from working, I probably get a lot more tarot decks done. That is for sure. All right, will I complete my college clean out? Will I get everything cleaned out? Will I move all of this stuff out, get everything clean, get a good sweep of the mop through there, and find out if that's going to be quite possible indeed? I think so. Now, it does require some strategy. It's almost like that there's more strategy here that's required than what you think, right? Maybe some unexpected stuff, maybe a little bit of strategy that we haven't approached before. It feels like that there's something else going on. It feels like this is more complex than initially we would like to agree to. Death says there are some changes coming, and those changes are going to be quite prevalent. Those changes are not going to be something that we could just easily slough off or ignore or go our own way with, right? Rose, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. We got that 10 of Wands says the changes are going to be quite challenging indeed, right? So there are some changes, there are some cleaning out things that are going to be challenging. It could be maybe some stuff that needs to be moved and or maybe a ton of stuff that needs to be moved out, or things that we need to recruit somebody to help us clean. It feels like this is more complex than what we're sort of thinking initially, right? But there are some changes needed. It has to be cleaned out almost. It's like there's a requirement for it to be cleaned out. 10 of Wands says it's going to be a big job. Going to be a big job trying to get everything back in. King of Cups says we're not really that interested. I mean, we're just not interested that much, right? It's not something I'm dedicated to. Not something I'm like, I've been meaning to clean out this cottage for years. And this is going to be something I'm so excited about. It doesn't really feel like it. It feels like that. It's just like, oh man, I got to do this. It's something I have to sign up for. I have to do. I'm going to have to deal with this sometime. Might as well deal with it now. King of Cups reverse. I'm just not that into it. And the 10 of Cups, when we get it all cleaned out, it still feels like we're not done. Maybe we have to upgrade some stuff. Maybe we have to put some more boards up or fix some windows or do something like that. But it feels like there are a lot of moving parts to this, even though it sounds relatively simple, maybe it is not as simple as we had originally imagined. Keziah, what's the future of the love between me and the Aquarius? Are we going to be able to get some Aquarius love action in chat? It could be. It may be a dead end. I don't know. It may be a dead end, or Keziah, it could be a lot of excitement. A lot of excitement indeed. Let's use the Waterfall Tarot one more time. Can we use it one more time? Can we get excited about the Waterfall Tarot one more time? One more shot to get it done. The Magician. I like it. You're committed to this. Keziah, I think you're a little bit excited about this connection. Keziah, admit it. I think you're a little excited about this particular connection. I like it a lot. The Magician. There's a lot of good stuff in here, right? Good stuff in here. Maggie, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Your favorite tarot reader. Thank you so much, Maggie. I appreciate it. Maggie, I love you too.
I love you.
All right. Let's see what's going on with Keziah. Now, this is something that you have a lot of power over. It's something that if you get focused on, if you get it done, if you get a lot of focus on it, I think it's going to be big. The Magician says you have everything that you need to make this happen. This is a door that is easily opened, an opportunity that's easily taken and made. It looks decent. It looks half decent at all. King of Pentacles, though. It says the other party's really weirding you out sometimes. They're just weird. They're not consistent, or they have this and that, and you're just kind of like, I don't really know where I stand. Because I think that's the biggest problem here. You don't know where you stand. You don't know where you stand. It feels like it's unknown sometimes. It's completely unknown or completely unpredictable sometimes as it goes. Eight of Swords says the other person is just problematic too sometimes, right? You're trying to get things moving, trying to get things on the road. You're trying to just be straight up. The person just doesn't want to be straight up. I think there's some games involved here and stuff like that. But overall, I think it has a lot of good potential to be done. The Magician says you have a lot of control, a lot of power over this. So if you want it to be a long-lasting, beautiful thing, you can make it that way. It's almost like that you're manifesting this in real time, right? You're just sort of creating this. You're getting it done. And I think that's going to be the big factor here. Or if you're interested, Keziah, I think there are a lot of great possibilities for you to do here. I like it a lot. Samantha, too, I like a lot. Is the info Anthony told me about Alyssa legit? We got some new info. Samantha is on the information overload right now. Samantha has all of this good info about Alyssa. Now, Is it legit? Is it true? Are we going to be able to act on this, or is it just BS? I mean, because I think Anthony may have some other things that, that are on their mind too. Okay. The first impression of this is Anthony has something on the line. Anthony has a dog in this race. Anthony has a dog in this race. It really feels like that, right? We're going to use the Meraki Tarot to get down with this, to dive deep, deep in here and see what's going on. Mina, what's going on? Good to see you. This is something we need to focus on pretty clearly here, Samantha, because I think that Anthony has a dog in this race. They have some things at stake almost, it feels, right? They have something at stake almost, it feels. We need to figure out if this is going to be a thing or not. Knight of Swords. Ooh. Get the Queen of Cups. We got the Two of Wands. Anthony feels like he's a little too invested. Just saying. It's almost like Anthony's a little too invested in this for their own good, right? So Anthony is like coming up and he's like, hey, Samantha, guess what? Blah, 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 blah. And I mean, and you're like, wait, what the hell? What are you even talking about right now? Anthony? About Alyssa? It's almost like that Anthony is a little too emotional about that, right? I'm just saying, I mean, the Queen of Cups, why is he so into this? Why is this so interesting for this particular person? I got to know. Knight of Swords says that he exaggerated it a little bit. I mean, a little bit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? A little. I'm not saying it's complete bullcrap. I'm just saying he put a little of a spin on it. A little bit of a spin on that one. Nancy. Oh, it's been a minute, Nancy. How you doing? Good to see you. A little bit of a spin on that. You got to understand this. Okay. You just have to do it. Two of Wands. Two of Wands. Anthony is more interested in your reaction than he is with the actual information. It's almost like Anthony is really kind of looking for your reaction. He's like, hey, Samantha, let me tell you this. And then he waits for your reaction. It's like he's been waiting. It's like he's been waiting there. All right, we're going to come back to Leona. We're going to skip. Since we got Samantha in the queue here, we're going to skip to Samantha's other question. Is Alyssa going to fix this damn situation? Right? It doesn't matter if the info's BS or not. We need Elixir. I'm thinking of Elixir in World of Warcraft. I said Elixir. I guess, Alyssa. We're going to get Alyssa to fix the whole thing. Is Alyssa going to fix it? Yeah. Universe. Two of Cups. Yeah. King of Swords. Yeah. I like it. I think Alyssa is going to patch it up. Alyssa's going to come in with the duct tape. And Alyssa. Whoa. It's Sunday night. And I put Saturday night in the stream thing. You know what I mean? Okay. Nancy, thank you for your donation. Alyssa needs to get the duct tape and just start banding up stuff, band-aiding up stuff. And I think that's going to happen. You got the universe. It's almost like this does become a little bit more important to Alyssa than what you think it's going to be. Two of Cups. Alyssa does want to mend some bridges here, right? Let's build some bridges back. Let's mend it. Let's put some Band-Aids, some duct tape. Let's make this happen. Let's make it happen. Because the King of Swords says she's willing to put some effort in there and stuff. But I think Alyssa is, right? Alyssa is. Not Alexa, not Alexa. Alyssa's willing to work with you. Alyssa's willing to work with you. CJ, I know. I'm just saying. I was so proud of myself because I got the Somnia Tarot ready for KD. I mean, I spent a lot of time getting this ready for KD. And KD didn't even show up. I think KD was like, I'm giving up on that man. I'm giving up on that fat man because he is never, ever going to get the Somnia Tarot ready again. And then I did. And KD doesn't even come in. I'm just saying. See, I think it just threw me off. It just threw me off tonight. I'm just saying. It's not Saturday. It's Sunday. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Dallas is 35 and New England is 29. Now, I don't know. It seems like Dallas might win this. It's always good for Dallas to finally win something. How is Rashawn feeling about the connection? Leona wants to know. I think Rashawn is not half bad, actually. We're going to use for this. I want to break out the Thoth Tarot early. I mean, we don't have no boo-boo over here asking for Thoth. We don't have anybody asking for Thoth, but I want to make it happen. I want to make it happen, my friends. I want to get a little bit of a Thoth tarot up in here already for Leona, because I think Leona wants the real truth over here. I mean, you're spending time with Rashawn. You want to know if Rashawn's committed. You want to know if Rashawn's playing some games with us. You want to know what the hell is up. And you don't want the BS. You don't want the fluff. You want the real read. You want the real read right now. And that's what the Thoth provides. The Thoth gives you the truth. And sometimes it's brutal, but the Thoth lets you know. 3 of Wands, okay, a little bit of virtue action, a little bit of searching and seeking. The 4 of Swords, you got the Moon and you got Ruin. I mean, you do have an interesting combo here for sure. How are they feeling about it, though, right? Love Apples, welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us. Love Apples. For dinner, Love Apples, I had baked apples. For dinner, Love Apples, I made some baked apples. So here's what I did. I got the apple and I like cored, you know, the top of it. I put cinnamon, brown sugar, caramel, and some granola and some honey in there. And then I baked it at 375 for about 45 minutes. And it's like nice and juicy. It's a little bit of a crisp in it, but it was divine. Anyway, that's probably not the best, healthiest, whatever. Okay, let's look at this. The Moon. I think Rashawn has a lot of good feelings. I think Rashawn has a lot of good things about him. I think Rashawn knows this, and Rashawn is going to use this to their advantage sometimes. But I mean, you know, it's not too bad. But I mean, the Moon says that there is some good connection here. Even though we have some challenging cards around it, I think the Moon says we have some good connection here. 4 of Swords, I wouldn't panic. I just wouldn't panic. You know what I'm saying? Just would not panic. 4 of Swords says we need to take a break. You know as well as I do that we need to take a break. The 4 of Swords says let it rest. It's like when you take a steak off the grill. You don't cut into it. You don't touch it. You let it rest. You let it sit. You let it relax. You don't want to be fiddling with it all the time. And that's kind of how we're treating this, aren't we? I mean, a little bit of that. That's kind of how we're treating this. We got the 4 of Swords. We got truce. We're letting it rest. And 3 of Wands says there are some other possibilities out there. We don't have to get Rashawn right now. We have other possibilities. We have other things out there that are possible, that we could be committed to, that we could be focused on. We're not dedicated to this particular connection per se, right? 3 of Wands. We got a lot of other things in the queue. Now, 10 of Swords, Ruin. Ultimately, it says, yeah, it may be challenging to get started again. We have it on, we have it off. And I know, Leona, that you're looking for something stable. You're looking for something nice, right? You're looking for something healthy, something stable, something I can rely on, I can come home to. Nancy, thank you for your other donation. This doesn't look like it. I mean, I'm just saying, Ruin, the 10 of Swords, is a rough card. It doesn't look like this could be it. So what do we do here? Do we wait for Rashawn to come back? Do we play around here and there? Do we get Rashawn when we can get some Rashawn? Maybe. It depends on what you're in the mood for. On and off, you know, sometimes works great because now we have our privacy. Now we have a nice break. Now we can focus on our hobbies. Now we don't got to please somebody all the time. You know, it depends on the person, Leona. But Ruin looks bad if you want something stable, but you already figured this out. You already figured that out a long time ago. But yeah, you need to let it rest. Like you just took that steak off the grill, need to let it rest for a little bit. Is Alyssa going to fix the situation with me? All right. We already did that. Okay. Will I start my own business? Rose is the potential entrepreneur here. That's what I'm saying. Rose understands that Rose can make some fat cash. Yogi, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. Rose can make some fat cash. Is this something Rose want to do, though? Is this something Rose want to do? Is this something that I can dedicate myself to and get it done? Let's get some Chiro out up in here. Let's get some cheero out up in here. See if Rose can become the next entrepreneur. Entrepreneur, right? We may get that. Rose may just knock it out of the park with this business. Starting your own business is easy. Succeeding in your own business, that's the hard part. 4 of coins. Saving. Star. 7 of swords. I think so. I do think so. This feels like something that needs a lot of planning, which is master of the obvious, right? I mean, you're like, okay, thank you, Mr. Master Obvious. I appreciate that hot tip there. But it does need a lot of planning. I mean, I think you know that. It would need a lot of savings. We need a lot of sort of investment. I think time investment's your biggest thing, though, right? I need a time investment. I need something where I can be focused on it. I can have enough time. I can do this and make it happen. I think the investment is going to be the key. And the 4 of coins is saving up, getting everything planned, getting everything properly aligned is going to be key for that. Gabby, thanks for your donation. The star says yes. The star says yes. That's kind of the yes answer right there is the star. That's what you wanted to know, right? Yes or no question. The star says yes. I think that you've had ideas before, but they were unrealistic, quite frankly. I think the new ideas, some of the better ideas that you've had lately, some of the things you're sort of focused on, some of the things that really sort of inspire you, I think that makes it happen, right? I think that makes it happen. I think that's going to be key. King of Wands says once you start, you got to go full steam. It's not something I can play around with on the weekend. You got to go full steam sometimes, right? And the 7 of Swords, it does say that you have to take some things and really optimize them to make it happen the way that you want to be, right? It works smarter, not harder kind of thing, but you need to really optimize some things because I think if you just play around, not so much, right? MW, thank you for your donation. But yes, I think you will get your own business. It takes some effort, takes some investment. Overall, I like it. Overall, I think some of the ideas that you have currently are going to be pretty better out there. Maggie, my favorite tarot reader, thank you. What impression did I give at yesterday's party? What do people think of me? And then Maggie had I meant to put, what impression did I give to everyone yesterday at the party? Okay. Maggie, let's see what kind of impact you made. See what kind of impact you made by sticking with some cheer. No, I don't want to use cheer. Screw cheer. Screw cheer, Katie. I want to use for this one this deck over here. This deck over here, one of the ones that I'm most excited about all the time, the Mons Tarot. Now, if they made a smaller deck, I would buy it. If Mons Tarot made a smaller deck, I would definitely buy it. Even though I do like it, I think it's a little big. It is a little large. That's what he said. Yeah, anyway. All right. What impressions did I give at the party last night? It's going to be important. It's going to be important. Let's see if you made a good impression. Hopefully you made a good impression. 5 of Wands, Knight of Swords, King of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. Yeah, I think you made an impression. You didn't impress everybody, but you did make an impression, that is for sure. I think overall, people saw you as the Knight of Swords, somebody that's getting in, getting things done, and not really playing around anymore. It feels like you're not really playing around anymore. It feels like you're not wasting time. You really have sort of optimized things to a point where people understand you better, or people sort of approach you in a different way than they did before. It's like we've changed, right? You've changed. You've modified something. You have some things done. Because the King of Swords says you're definitely in charge now. You definitely have the things going on. You definitely have make a good impression. People definitely know you're in the room. It's not something where they're just completely oblivious to you, right? The King of Swords, you make a big impression when you're there. 3 of Swords, though. 3 of Swords does say that sometimes your approach to things, they maybe have some challenges with, right? Some people have a challenge maybe with the approach that you have some things. We see that with the 5 of Wands and the 3 of Swords, right? Maybe I want to change things, modify things a little bit. Overall, they liked you, though, the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. We have a lot of swords. Knight into the King into the 3. Definitely in charge. Definitely something that people like. And definitely some modifications and some changes have occurred, right? You had some surgery done. Okay, well, that kind of makes sense with a lot of these swords. I like it. Three of Swords does point to surgery, kind of a, I don't know, like midsection surgery or surgery around that area. Some modifications happen. You're definitely in charge. You have some things about you that have changed and whatnot. But overall, people like you. I think people had some good impressions of you. Not everybody agreed with everything, or not everybody agreed with your approach or maybe your ideas or whatnot. But at the end of the day, you're your own person. So who cares about that? But there you go. Travel size Mon is available. I like that a lot. I like it. Fatine, thank you for your PayPal donation. Let me know what your question is. Fatine is back. Fatine is back from the break. Fatine, it is good to see you. All right. And Nancy, I think Nancy's next. We got a little Nancy action. Yep, got a double shot Nancy. So my move to North Carolina, still on the 21st. Let's find out. Let's find out if we can have a North Carolina. You know what? It's been a hot minute since we have used. We have not used this one in so long. The Shadowland Tarot. Shadowland Tarot. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it. So I'm saying, Carrie, welcome to the stream. Got Fatine's question. Thank you, Fatine. All right. Let's see. Is my move to North Carolina things gonna go good? Let's hope so. Everybody loves a good move. Woo. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. Is my move to North Carolina still on the 21st? Oh, I'm going to say yes. Thumbs up. Weird read. Like, how do you read that? Right. This is one of the questions. How do you read that? I'd really like to, make a video about that. How do you read that? The Wheel of Fortune kind of says things go as planned. Things go as normal. The Wheel of Fortune, what comes around goes around. We're back into the cycles. The cycles look good. Things go well. Five of Pentacles that cost more than we expected. We have an unexpected cost, which you moving, that always happens. Come on. Let's admit it. When you're moving, something always happens. It's unexpected, a little bit more. Lovers says we got a good match with the movers. We got a good match to where we're going. We got a good match overall. It feels like everything goes smoothly. I like it. I like it a lot. Is it a little bit more than we'd like to spend? I mean, that's just life at the end of the day. But Nancy also wants to know, when will my back pain go away? Now, before we do any medical stuff, I am not a doctor. I do not play a doctor on TV, nor do I dabble in doctor stuff. I have no idea at all about doctor stuff. In fact, I have zero clue. I'm just a reader on the tarot. So this is entertainment purposes only. If you need a doctor, go see a doctor. If you need somebody to look at your back pain, a doctor is the person to see, not me. But I'm going to give you a reading on tarot and let you know what the cards say. Four of Pentacles is back pain. Four of Pentacles does feel like that. Three of Cups said support network, getting some things done. Nine of Swords. It does say that treatment is involved. It feels like there's some, you could be treated from whatever the professionals tell you to treat. It feels like treatment needs to occur for this to sort of happen. It feels like Nine of Swords is pain. It feels like things are just there. Things aren't moving. Things are not moving along as we'd like it. Things are not flowing along as we'd like it. We need some help. We need the Three of Cups. We need people to be looking, people to be checking it out, and to find out exactly what is going on. The Four of Pentacles is sort of a hunched over kind of back thing. It feels like posture could be involved as well. But again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a fat man reading tarot cards. But we do have a posture thing going on with the Four of Pentacles, which I find interesting. I do find that interesting. Anyway, Nancy, thank you for your other donation. Fatine, thank you for your other donation as well. Okay, I'm going to go with the next read, which is a yogi. Do I pursue French or Italian next? Let's go with French up here with the showdown and Italian down here. Italian down here, French up here. Fatine, thank you for your other donation on PayPal. I appreciate that. Fatine, let me know what all of your questions are. All right, we got French up here. We got Italian dressing. Which dressing do you prefer? Which dressing do you prefer for studying? Ace of Pentacles, Wands. French is looking good. French is looking good. I would avoid Italian. I would avoid Italian right now. The devil says it's going to be something almost like you're not going to use it or something, or you're going to use it less, or you're not going to be able to get it sort of moved in time. Nine of Pentacles says it's a lot of fun. I think that is one of the things where you enjoy it, a little bit more. But the Six of Wands says the victory. And the Ace of Pentacles says the new venture, the new stability with French gives you the beef that you need. Because French, I don't know. Anyway, Derek, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right, so Fateen's got a couple of questions up in the queue. In the meantime, let's do Gabby. Gabby wanted to know something. Gabby wanted to know something. I have no idea what Gabby wanted to know, because apparently Gabby's question is not coming up in my little program. My little program is taking a crap. I don't know why. Something's wrong with my little program. Gabby, there we go. Gabby wants to know something. Okay, I'm over the Libra, and I wish him well. But I wonder if he still thinks about me, or does he have any feelings going on, right? Gabby wants to know. Do we have any feelings left over from the Libra? But you're over the Libra, but you want to know about the feelings. Okay, we'll do that with a little bit, my friend. The Gregory Scott Tarot. That's going to be the key. That is going to be the key. That's going to be the key that we need to get these readings done. You are over the Libra. You want him well, but does he think about me? Is he sitting there? Is he sitting there thinking like, hey, what's Gabby doing right now? Maybe. Oh, he is. Eight of Wands. We got the Ten of Wands and the Two of Cups. I do think that they still feel something. I do think that they still think about you. I do think things happen. The Two of Cups is that connection's there. It's hard to ignore. It's hard to push that back. It's hard to get rid of that, quite frankly. It's hard to get rid of that. You just can't. Eight of Wands says they do want to, pursue something eventually, or they sort of regret things didn't work out. And the Ten of Wands, sometimes they have regrets. It's like they did something wrong. It's like the Libra did something wrong, and they're just regretting it. We have regrets. Things didn't work out well. And maybe it was the Libra's fault. You don't know. You don't know indeed. It could be. You never know. You just never know what is going to happen with all of that stuff. All right. We got MW. We got a few more reads. How will the future husband treat and view me? I like that. I mean, if you're going to be a future husband, you need to treat them good. You need to treat people nice. That's what I think. You need to treat people nice. Don't be a pushover, but you need to treat people nice. That's a good life strategy in general. All right. They're very consistent. This is almost like a Taurus. It feels like a Taurus kind of feel with the wheel, very consistent, very, very predictable. They know what needs to get done. They get it done. They're not going to screw around. They're not going to play a lot of games. They know what needs to get done. They're going to knock it out. Nine of Wands is nice. The person has had some failed relationships in the past. In fact, I think they have 2 children from a past relationship, and they got to kind of deal with that too. They've learned a lot. They have learned a lot. And one of the biggest factors here is that they've learned from their mistakes. They don't want to make them again. So they've made a lot of mistakes in the previous relationship. They're not going to do it again. They're very focused on that. And the Chariot, right? The person moves around a lot, either a lot of commuting from work, or they move around, or they have some weird job where they have to go, maybe a truck driver or something like that. I don't know. But they move around a lot. They have a lot of things going on with that. So just be aware of that as well. But I think they treat you well, right? They've had failed relationships. They got 2 kids. They understand what happens, what's challenging, what's not, how to get things done. Big Cleo, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. We got a woo-woo in the house. Woo with X seems keen to get back together. Woo-woo. Woo-woo, are you going to get back with that X? Are you going to treat that X nice? Are y'all going to get back together and be all excited and be thrilled and be just, be one of them? 4 of Wands says yes. 6 of Cups says, or 7 of Cups says yes. 9 of Swords says yes. I like it. I think, yeah. I think Leia. Now, there's some things to be worried about. I wouldn't, this is not a clean break. This is not a clean connection. There's some things to be worried about. The Nine of Swords, that doesn't look good. That is things to be worried about, things to be concerned about that you just need to factor in before you sign up at the X, before you sign that contract. Before you get back with them, you do need to be aware that there are some things to be concerned about. You need to hammer that out first. But is it a good idea for once? Yeah. Well, let's start again. Let's build the family back, right? And thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. And the Seven of Cups too. There's a lot of people around, a lot of good things that we can do. There's a lot to learn from this particular connection still, you know? It's not like you're not going to learn anything. There's a lot of expansion, a lot of learning that can happen from this. I say go for it. But there's always a but. Nancy, should we take the Summer King home or look elsewhere? All right. Should we settle down? Should we settle down with this particular house? Or should we look at something else? I like the Bumbleberry Hollows for this. I think everybody can support me. Everybody in chat is going to support me when I say the Bumbleberry Hollows, it's going to be a good card for this. Going to be some nice cards in here that I like. I like them. All right. Should we take the Summer King more? Should we look elsewhere? Six of Wands. The Summer King's nice. Nine of Wands. Okay. King of Wands and the Tower. Okay. I would look elsewhere. I would look elsewhere. Entertainment purposes only, but I'm going with the thumbs down to the Summer King house. I think we should be looking elsewhere. The reason I say that is the Tower. I don't care what the other damn cards are. The Tower makes the whole thing suck. The Tower spoils it. It's like when you're cooking a soup and you dump the entire container of salt in it. You can't take that out. You can't take that out. It's not possible. It's all over the place. The Tower's a problem. The Tower's a problem card, especially when you end with the damn thing. The Tower's a problem card. I would not take this. I just would. The Nine of Wands, it feels like we're the injured warrior. It feels like there's a lot of things that could sort of be there, a little bit of structural problems with that. The King of Wands, it feels like there's a lot of work involved. I mean, if we take this house, how much work is going to be involved? How much effort I'm going to have to put into it? How much stuff am I going to have, money I'm going to have to dump into this before it works? Six of Wands, I can make it work. I can. Anything is possible. I can. But, and then there's the but, the Tower. How much effort are you really willing to cash out? How much effort are you really willing to put forward in this particular venture before you're like, maybe I should have taken the tarot reader's advice and just skip that. Big Cleo, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate that. All right. We got Derek, and then we got 15 times 3. We got 15 times 3. Derek wants to know, what will my next career move be? I mean, do we have some good things waiting? Derek, maybe you have some good things waiting. Maybe there's some action over there. Maybe there's some things. We'll do the Tarot of Mystical Moments for this one, my friends. Get a little mystical. I'm going to get mystical tonight. I'm telling you that now. Derek, we're getting mystical with the mystical moments. We're going to have a mystical moment here and find out the next big career move is getting stabbed in the eye with a bird. No. King of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Almost feels like, Carrie, thank you for your donation. Almost feels like that you need to hook up with some people that you knew before. You need to get your networking contacts and give them a call, because it feels like that there's something out there that you need and that they're aware of, that they know about. There's something out there going on. There's something going with that. King of Swords, this is definitely your move, right? It's a game of chess. It's your move. You're going to have to get a move on. And it feels like networking contacts, the Knight of Cups, contacting people, getting some contacts out there is going to be one of the big factors, one of the big exciting things that you do have coming up. Knight of Cups is key here. It says, what networking contacts do I have? What do they know? And how can they assist me in getting this done? Because the Knight of Pentacles says you need something steady. We need something steady. And maybe you haven't found that yet. Maybe you haven't found that perfect little spot that's going to give you the steadiness, that's going to give you the predictability, that's going to give you the good news that you kind of need with a career as far as how it goes. All right, now we're back to 15. Tonight. 15. All right, was one of the children, the ones who stole my money, my aunt's money. If not, who did? Okay. Let's see. 15 started donating over here. Okay. Let's see. We got Fateen's action over here. Okay, Fateen, I need to scroll back up to where you began, your questions. Because I only see two. I know you donated 3. I only see 2. Okay, let me dig through. This is kind of what I wrote my program so I wouldn't have to do this, but apparently my program's crapping out. Donated to PayPal. Okay, well, one of my cousin's children, the ones who stole my money. Okay, let's find out. People be heisting money over here. People be stealing the money. We need to find out who it is. Who it is who stole the money. Now, entertainment purposes only. Never assume somebody stole money based upon a fat man reading tarot on the internet. But the 7 of Cups, the Emperor, the King of Cups, and Temperance. I don't think it was a child. I don't see anything that would point me to a child. I think the 7 of Cups is somebody. It's almost like a external. Not an external person, but like somebody that doesn't come around much. Like somebody who's not there every day, right? Somebody who doesn't come around much is the one that stole the money. Temperance said it was an opportunity kind of theft, right? The Emperor said they have to take command. They have to grab it and go with it. The King of Cups, this is something they really didn't care. They're like, this is what I do. I'm going to heist that. I'm going to do all that. I think somebody stole it that's not usually present, or somebody who is there temporarily or something like that, it feels like. But the 7 of Cups says it was just an opportune thing, right? It was an opportune time. It was an opportunity kind of thing, right? Maybe a visitor, maybe somebody who's not there much. It just feels like this is something that was a opportunity theft, not something that was like planned or anything like that. Music list. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. By the way, we're ending soon. We got to wrap up the readings and get out of here eventually. We might as well do that moderately soon. Okay. Second question. What are Omar's last thoughts about me? And did he think about me today? Is Omar over there just thinking about Fateen? What kind of things happen with that stuff? The Lovers said they did think about you today. I think that they did think about you today indeed. Got a Lovers is a great card for that. Page of Cups still says they're not quite ready to act on it, or they're kind of insecure. You have a lot of insecurity with this particular individual by far. And the insecurity is kind of coming out sometimes with this particular connection. 9 of Pentacles says that they need more stability. If they do want to come out, if they do want to sort of, admit that they thought about you or kind of get in that mode, then that is going to be, something that they need to handle on their own, because it feels like they're nervous about it or not exactly committed to right now. All right. Are we going to meet Omar again? That's Fateen's last question on the triple shot tonight. By the way, we're ending soon. Are we going to meet Omar again? We're going to have a connection. Are we going to have this person in our life? Chariot says yes. Chariot says yes. The 3 of Cups, it's almost like that you meet them through a third party, or you meet them through an accident, or somebody introduces you, or somebody, sort of run-ins to, somebody mentions somebody, and then all of a sudden you end up in a situation where you do meet again. The 3 of Cups said there's another person involved here. The Chariot, it says that movement is possible. We are able to meet this person. We are able to get that done by far, and the world says it's going to work out well. Right? If the opportunity makes itself available, I think we have a lot of good things in there. Fateen, thank you for repeating your question. I greatly appreciate that, because my program took a crap and I don't know why. We got we got a big Cleo triple shot. We got Carrie music list, and then we are out of here. Jay's feelings for me from high school. Do they have feelings for me from high school? Let's go with this one. I like to go with this one, a little Heaven and Earth Tarot, because we have the Runic Tarot coming out. Some people have the Runic Tarot already, not me, even though I ordered it directly through them, but not me. Anyway, all right, Jay's feelings for me from high school. You got the King of Swords. Hey, I reached my goal. Look at that. Move goal, 200%. Big Cleo, thank you for your other donation. You get the King of Swords. It does say that this particular person, not so much. You got the temperance, and then you have valor. It feels like this person is not exactly in that mode of, remembering or having feelings or anything like that. They're not exactly in that mode of getting back to all of that. It feels like that they've either moved on or they have other things going, or they're not exactly focused on this particular issue at hand. It feels like they have a lot of other relationship possibilities or a lot of other relationship things happening, and this just doesn't seem to be. Just doesn't seem to be on their mind per se. But I think that they liked you. They like the memories, but it's not something where they just sit and think about it or anything like that. I think overall they enjoyed the encounter. I think so. But this is not something that they just sit there and hyper focused on or remembering or anything like that. All right. Big Cleo's got the quad shot tonight. Big Cleo has got the quad shot tonight. When they were in high school. Yeah, I mean, they seem to, if that was in high school, then that would be okay. They seem to like you in high school. That'd be a decent connection with that. Yeah, it is something that I don't know, that is something that they're not just, again, hyper focused on it. There's not something that, they liked you, but it's not something that they were just super focused on. Anyway, Gabby, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate that. All right. Let's get the Big Cleo quad shot out of the way. Big Cleo coming in over here. Does R have romantic feelings for me? Will R get some romance in there? Will R get some connection as far as that goes? I would say that the Queen of Coins, the King of Wands, and the Star. Is this something where you have some sort of a weird connection? Big Cleo, this is a weird connection. It's not like a normal connection. Not like something that is stable, is pretty easy to go, it's pretty obvious. It feels like this is a weird, unusual connection, but it's still a connection. I think the connection is there. The connection is something that you can't really wipe or sweep under the rug or anything like that. The Star has a great connection, a great thought with it. You got the Queen and the King. Now, this is a weird match. The King is more about, I need to get things done. I need to get things moving. I need to get this connection on my own terms. It feels like that R needs their connection on their own terms or kind of how they want it, right? It doesn't feel like that they're just going to bend over backwards to get anything with that. Queen of Coins, though, more wants a stability or more wants something that's going to be predictable, something that's going to be nice, something that's going to have a good feel for it, right? But overall, I do like the romance. I do think it's there. But it's more of a different goals kind of thing. It's more of a weird connection. Is the connection there? I think the Star says yes, the connection is there. MW, thank you for your donation. May have to read you tomorrow, MW. May have to read you tomorrow. We do have to get out of here in a few. All right. Does R want to be with me as a couple in the future? Again, this is a weird connection. Are we going to be able to get that done? I mean, can we do this in the future? Is that going to be something that is possible in the future? Maybe, not now, maybe some things happening now and what have you. But the Star says, yeah. I mean, the Star from the previous read, I like it. I think that's going to be big time. I think that's going to be big time with that. Nine of Wands says a lot of adjustments need to be made to make this function. If we're going to be a couple, a lot of adjustments need to be created to make this function full steam ahead. And Death kind of reinforces this, right? It means we need some changes involved. We need to modify this because it did say it's a weird connection. Death says we need some changes, need some modifications in order to get that happening and to get it done. Two of Wands overall says some good focus needs to be put into how to make this happen, but can it happen? Sure. Do they want to have something possible? If we modify some things, if we change, again, they're going to be very focused on how this is or sort of a procedural kind of feel as it comes into, but I think it is quite possible indeed. Two of Wands says we got to work a lot of stuff out. I mean, we're going to be a couple, that's fine, but we got to work a lot of stuff out. We have to have a lot of things hammered out in order to make this function like it needs to function indeed. Other Big Cleo, we got the third read. Will I get an offer into the JD program next month? Are they going to accept me? Are they going to open arms and let me in? Are they going to have this big thing? Big Cleo, come on in. Come on in. We love you, Big Cleo. We need you. We love you. I do think you get an offer. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Two great cards for this, right? We'll go with a thumbs up on this. The Knight of Cups says that they like you. They appreciate who you are. They like your application. Overall, they just like what you have going for you, right? The Knight of Cups is exciting. The Knight of Cups is very focused. The Knight of Cups is very presentable as far as I like what I see. And that's kind of the thing. They like what they see. Knight of Wands says, I need to take a movement on it. I need to get that offer out. I need to get some movement done. The Knight of Wands with the fiery action says, yeah, I need to get this fire. I need to get this movement going. Let's make an offer. Let's get it done. And the Queen of Cups, the celebration, the water of water, the good feelings, the feelings that we have about excitement about this opportunity. I think you do get an offer indeed. The Knight of Wands is indeed the offer. And that is what you want. At the end of the day, a little bit of Knight of Wands feel for that. And the last big Cleo action is are interested in another girl. Is R looking at everybody, or are they just looking at me? Because the star was there. The star says there's something up, there's something going on, but am I the only one? Am I? Hanged Man, Ace of Coins. No, I think R is interested in multiple people. I think R likes people in general. R seems to be fairly social sometimes. You got the King of Cups. They're sort of a social butterfly sometimes. They do have this person, they have that person. They are talking to different people. Hanged Man says that they like the different perspectives that other people bring. They like getting into this list. They like getting into this sort of this, thing with other people and having fun with that. And Ace of Coins, they like new stability, new relationships, new interactions. They like a lot of new things. So I think they have a lot of people, that they like to talk to. They have other people that are interested in them. I think they're sort of a social butterfly in that respect. So, I think they're not half bad as far as the overall personality goes. I like them, but they may not just be dedicated to you. But you do have the star. You do have the star. So you have kind of a little bit of a heads up from other people, as far as I think, right? Anyway, Andrew is a superstar mod indeed. Indeed. Music list. You're 2 away. You're 2 away, music list. We got you in the queue, my friend. Got you in the queue. I'm going to use Super Linares Tarot for this one, for Carrie. I like it. Where my secret relationship come to light? I'm just saying. Carrie's got the secret relationship in there. I'm just saying. If that's your real name, maybe it's going to come to light right now by anybody watching. Maybe if your friends are watching the stream, they're going to be like, wait a minute. Carrie? I know Carrie. They have a secret relationship. What's going on? Yes. Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go with a thumbs up on this. I think it will come to light. Now, here's why. Ace of Swords. I think the Ace of Swords does indicate that there is some communication, there is some talk, there is some knowledge transfer over here of this secret, of this thing happening with that. And the King of Swords says some people are not going to be happy. Some people are just going to be like, hey, I don't like that. Other people are going to be like, Carrie, that's wonderful. I love this. Carrie, this is so cool. I love it. They're going to be very excited about it indeed. The 10 says if somebody doesn't like your relationships, screw them. The 10 of Swords. Do you really need that person in your life? Come on. If they're going to be that judgmental, do you need anybody like that? Yeah, it's all swords. It's all swords. It's out. It is out. Music list. My voice is going. Music list. What are Harry's intentions for me currently? Maybe they need to shave if they're that hairy. If they're that hairy, maybe they need to shave. KD, what's going on? KD, we got to get out of here. But KD, I wanted you to know, KD, we got to get out of here. But I wanted you to know that just for you, I took extra time. Okay. All right. What are Harry's intentions for me currently? Harry has a lot of intentions. Harry's got a lot of weird stuff going. Harry's got a lot of stuff going on. Harry is not the boring person that maybe some people think they are. It feels like that Harry has a lot of stuff going on. I think they have some good intentions. Nadia, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. I think they do have some intentions, some good intentions. The 6 of Pentacles is always nice intentions. I like it. Good intentions. Now, They've got a lot of stuff going on. You need to understand what all they have going on in order to understand where they're coming from. That's for sure. That is for sure. Judgment, the rebirth, the reincarnation. I think Harry may go away for a while, but they'll be back. I think that they're coming back, and they're coming back in force. They're coming back in force. I think they have some good intentions. They're coming back in force. But they may be gone for a little bit. Maybe gone for a while. I'm not guaranteeing this, but they may be gone for a while. MW. We can do it. MW and Nadia. I think that's going to be it. I think it's going to be it. MW, Nadia, Gabby, we'll get you tomorrow. MW how does Noah feel about me? Will he be in my future? All right. Are they going to be in my future? Are they going to be doing that? I mean, is that going to be a thing? Yeah, I got to go cook dinner. This is my new thing. I got to cook dinner. Okay. How does Noah feel about me? Will he be in my future? The 4, not so much Empress. Yes, they'll be in your future, but maybe. Maybe. The Knight of Swords says, yeah, they will be in your future. They're going to be coming back into your future. How they feel about you, it's almost like they don't like you. It's almost like that they are not very impressed. They're getting offered something they don't want. It feels like they're emotionally disconnected from you at this time, right? It feels like there's emotionally disconnection, but it's almost like either they warm up or somebody else brings them into the fold or something else happens with that, because the Empress says that there's a better connection coming later, but you got to wait for it. You got to be patient with it, right? It's not something that's just going to be magically happen. It's something you can be patient with, but they do come back around with the Knight of Swords. Right now, they don't. It's like something. Did something happen? Something happened, and they're not too pleased or something, or they will be pleased more later. Anyway, Gabby, get your question tomorrow. Nadia, we'll get your question now. What will be the outcome? If I reach out to the Cancer, should I be doing that? Should I reach out to somebody? Should I connect with them? Screw this. Screw the super Linares. Let's use this one for the last reading of the night. Let's get it done. He's got to come feed us. I have many hats. I'm a man of many hats. I'll do math engines during the day, and then at night I do tarot, and then I cook. I mean, I'm a man of many hats. Okay. What would be the outcome if I reached out to them? I would do it. I really would do it. The world is great with this. You have a ton of swords. It's really telling you to go ahead and reach out. I mean, the thumbs up, go ahead and reach out. I think this is something prudent, something that you should do, something you should definitely be excited about. It's interesting because you have the King and the Queen. You have the 2 court cards of the sword. It's like that reaching out gives them a connection that they needed, or gives them a substantial boost in their confidence, or they understand the relationship better. They understand the connection better. And I think that the connection kind of needs this at this time, quite frankly. You have the 2 swords are there. They're looking at us, looking straight at us. Almost like they're waiting, a little bit of a waiting as far as that goes. And then you have sort of the other one where you're just like, be careful what you say. In other words, when you reach out, don't just reach out. Be careful what you say. Be careful where you are. Be careful what you're doing. Because I think if you do it correctly, I think it's great. But there is a chance of doing it wrong, right? So be careful, be cautious, and approach them the way that they want to be approached. Don't approach them the way that you think that they need to be approached. Does that make sense? Approach them the way they want to be approached rather than how you think they may need it. So it's kind of look from their perspective, get in their shoes a little bit, and I think that is it. Gabby, we'll get your other question tomorrow. Thank you for your donations. Everybody, I appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.